Ben hated driving the graveyard shift, but the cross-country delivery bonus was too good to pass up. He had 200 miles of empty asphalt ahead of him. He grabbed his cold coffee, paid the silent clerk who didn't look up, and stepped out into the biting night air. It was just him, his sedan, and the open road. He drove for an hour. The highway was a tunnel of light and shadow. Thump, 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 thump. The sound of the tires on the asphalt cracks was a mantra that nearly put him to sleep. The radio only played static, a chaotic roar that felt closer than it should. He checked his mileage. He should have been 40 miles down the road by now. But the numbers on the odometer weren't going up. They were spinning backward, counting down. He tapped the glass thinking it was broken, but the numbers sped up. And the pine air freshener next to it? It wasn't plastic anymore. It was rotting, the scent of fresh pine turning into the smell of wet, decaying leaves. The road itself began to warp. The single line of asphalt split, fanning out into dozens of identical lanes, a fan of roads leading into the same pitch-black void. He chose the right, then the left. But every choice just felt like a loop, a design flaw in the reality he was driving through. He slammed on the brakes. Screech. He was 20 miles out of town. He looked at the dashed white lines. They weren't paint. They were long, pale hands made of shimmering cold light, buried in the tar, their index fingers pointing back toward the diner. They were pulsating, as if pushing the car deeper into the darkness. He looked in his rearview mirror. The highway was gone. In the reflection, he saw the diner. He saw the cold coffee on the table. He saw the silent clerk standing behind the counter, staring directly into the mirror, smiling a smile that reached from ear to ear. "Did you forget something?" A voice whispered from the speakers, overriding the static. The highway wasn't leading anywhere. It was eating itself. It had become a giant organic spiral, an endless loop that consumed everything that drove on it. In the center of the void, a pillar of static light appeared, holding a sign that was blank, a silent order to cease existing. Ben was already part of the road's design. When the dawn broke, the diner was empty. The silent clerk was still behind the counter, processing a single receipt. The numbers on it weren't currency. They were the coordinates for an empty stretch of highway 200 miles away. The road is always hungry. Follow Badfield 66, and always look at your odometer.